Hi, I'm Pat. Okay, so this is another mystery solving type problem where they give us a couple of these pieces of information. Those are going to be our clues, and we have to find these unknowns. Okay, and what we're going to use are some of our trigonometric identities. Okay, and that's what it'll really come down to, I think, for these problems, is knowing how to rewrite some of the things that they're asking you for in terms of some of the things that you know. For instance, the first part here, they're asking for a cosecant of theta. If you know your identities, you know that that can be rewritten as 1 over sine of theta. And the point is that we know sine of theta. That's the square root of 3 over 2 that they gave us. So I'm ready to substitute that in the denominator here, square root of 3 over 2. In order to get my answer for cosecant of theta, I'm just following this formula, plugging in what I know, and now, of course, always look to simplify. So in this case, a square root of 3 over 2 in the denominator, I'll flip and multiply and get 2 over square root of 3. It just reciprocates this, right? It flips it. But then we usually don't like these radicals in the denominator, so you'll rationalize your denominator, and that'll get me to a 2 square root of 3 over 3. Final answer for that first part, okay? Okay, let's follow through with the others and kind of think along those same thoughts. So the second part is asking for a secant of theta. Do I know an identity that will allow me to rewrite that in terms of something that I know? Secant of theta is equal to 1 over cosine of theta, and I know cosine of theta, that's a half, so this will equal 1 over half. Simplify, we'll get an answer of 2, and we're good with secant of theta, okay? Next one that they're asking for is tan of theta. I've got to think if I know how to rewrite that using our identities and involve the pieces of information that I know. Tangent of theta has an identity where it can be rewritten as sine of theta divided by cosine of theta. Then substitute in those pieces of the puzzle that we know. Sine of theta, square root of 3 over 2 divided by cosine of theta is that 1/2. Flip, multiply, square root of 3. Okay? All right, might as well finish this one off if you can't see what's coming. Just look up your identities. Do I know something involving cotangent that will use the pieces of information that we know? There's an identity that tells us cotangent of theta equals cosine of theta divided by sine of theta. And then we're putting the pieces of the puzzle in. Cosine of theta is 1/2. Sine of theta is square root of 3 over 2. Simplify, so if I flip and multiply, I get 1 over square root of 3. There's that need to rationalize the denominator again, so let's see if I can fit it low here. That will end up equaling square root of 3 over 3. Okay, good. Hope each of those made sense to you, and I hope you're seeing that you keep using all those different trig identities that you're learning. So practice some more on your own.